It's the Drop Night Show, and we are here on Water Ice Radio, where you can catch us every Thursday from 8 to 9:30 on that free TuneIn app. I am here with my co-host, K Wonder. What up?
What up, what up, what up?
And we have our special guest in the building, Jeremiah Chase.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
And
Yes.
we are here. What we going to be talking about, Kai?
Oh, my gosh. We're going to be talking about can sex wait a while?
Boy.
All right, Jeremiah has some very interesting reasons as to why he feels like this topic is very important in today's world, and we are more than grateful to have you here to talk about it because it is an important topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's
need to
a lot of thoughting going on right now.
Awesome.
A lot of thoughting.
a lot of thoughting going on between these men and these women, right?
Yeah.
Like, no one knows anything about like the all right, so
Birds and the bees.
right. It's more about just digging pussy. I'm sorry, Jeremiah doesn't cuss, so you might get a little astounded by my mouth, but it'll
No,
get
I'm cool.
better. Okay, that's good to know. But while you're here, we are going to jump into our current events, Jeremy.
We want to
Jeremiah.
jump into something that's trending right now.
Yeah, it's what's trending right now, Sean Beasley?
Jay-Z against Mayor Kenny.
Of Philadelphia,
Yeah.
because he is actually evicted the Made in America
Concert.
from
The Parkway.
It's launching place. It's been here for how many years?
What,
I
3
wanna say
years?
like four
4 years?
years. 4
Yeah.
years. And it's,
4 successful years.
yeah, 4 successful years. It's brought a bunch of money, millions of dollars to the city. And now you have a mayor who said, beat it. And he didn't
But
do
gave
it,
an option to do it someplace other than the Parkway.
which would be like, nah, at this point, nah. You totally.
But-
the reason why I say nah is because he didn't go about the proper protocol to talk to them, explain to them face to face.
Allegedly, well, you can hear Mayor Kenny says that he did try to reach out, but it was the wrong people.
Yes. It was okay.
No
Well,
way
well, then
in
at that
hell.
point, you should have known.
Wait a minute. So how long has Mayor Kenny been a mayor in Philadelphia? 2 years?
long enough to know the
So
proper
you
protocol.
know the proper people who's putting
Right,
this on.
right? Or even like how to get a hold of
Right.
them, you know, because you're the mayor.
Right.
But I think that he did it for, you know, maybe political reasons.
Oh, right, because the election is coming up.
The election is coming up.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z actually mentioned that it probably had some racial tension
Do
behind
you
it.
think it did?
I don't know. I don't know that mayor. I don't really care. I'm not from Philly. I'm from Jersey. So I don't care. It's like, nah. But no, at the end of the day, it was wrong how they went about it. And Jay-Z slammed him.
Slammed him.
Philly.com, article that he released, basically stating how, since its inception, Made in America has brought tourism back up for the
City
state
of
city of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania in that matter, as well as created jobs. So I mean, when you look at it from that standpoint, I don't see why they would have done that.
Because the mayor wants to appease the community and the citizens that lives around in that area.
So is the mayor a Republican or a Democrat? Because Jay-Z stands with Obama, and I feel like there might have been some Democratic, tension. If
Mayor
there's a
Kenny
lot-
don't even like Donald Trump, so I don't think he's a Republican.
You don't have to be a Republican and not like him. Like, you could be a Republican and not like Donald Trump.
Right.
There, look at John McCain. He's a classic example of a Republican that can't stand that man. So I don't think it matters as far as what it is. But I think if there's any political ties to why he did that, and why he would take such a profound concert away from the city,
some people is saying that it became too urbanized.
Well, Budweiser did pull out. I don't know, Jeremiah, if you heard, but Budweiser did pull out of being the main and official sponsor because they are planning on spending more of their marketing dollars towards the country market because they found the country market spends more money on beer. So they pulled out. Yeah, black people.
That makes sense.
Black people don't really fuck with beer too
No.
tough.
Right.
I might be like one in 20.
Maybe a little Corona here and there.
Heineken here and
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean? But we
No
don't fuck with
Coors Light.
Bud. My dad, it's a different story. I'm not going to put you out there, Dad. But
No Coors Light.
Well, it's Budweiser, so that's different. Budweiser, not Coors. All right. Moving on. Jay-Z, I hope you guys figure that out. I'm sure they will.
Jay-Z fuck Philly.
Where else would he go? The whole point
Chicago.
made it okay.
Atlanta.
No, Chicago.
Chicago.
And I only say Chicago
No.
because Chicago was the first city. And Chicago, I don't know if you guys know, it's a little history known fact because y'all know I know my history. Chicago was the first city, and it was created by a black man.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean, it may not, but it would be ideal to have it there. But Atlanta has a lot of concerts out there as well.
Not as big as these festivals.
They have some pretty big concerts.
Not like these festivals. What festival is in Atlanta?
Of course, Sean knows it all. I'll Google it on our break and show you and
Yeah,
break it down
please.
for you because you swear you know it all. However, I was taking it to Delaware. Delaware is right there at the cusp of it all.
But who's going to drive all the way to Delaware?
The same people that drive there for the
Firefly.
I think Delaware would like it because nothing goes on in Delaware. Me being a musician in Philly, people from Delaware always complain how, nothing goes on. So, Philly, people come from Jersey and Delaware, especially Delaware, to come here to have a good time.
Right.
So it's just like they bring the festival up there. It would bring some light actually to Delaware. So
yeah. Well, I mean, they have
Firefly.
Firefly.
That's
That's one of the
every year.
main concerts that
And they have more acts than Made in America.
Yeah, but I don't know. The whole Made in America with Philadelphia being the founding, city for the Constitution and all that, it kind of made sense. You know what I mean? For it to be here. So for them to lose that, I think the mayor is actually going to wind up licking his wounds and tucking his tail under and making the shit work. But we'll move on. Jay-Z, you got enough money. You can go wherever the fuck you want, truthfully. Take it to Miami.
People still calling the cops.
On him. Who called the cops?
So 2 CVS employees.
Wait. You're not specific when we say people.
Oh.
But we say what people?
So the people that keeps calling the cops on the black people are the Caucasians, and I'm going to say it.
Caucasian white women. And some men.
Yeah.
Some men.
So recently, 2 CVS employees had been fired after calling the cops on a black woman who just was trying to use a coupon at the CVS.
They said
in Chicago.
They said she created a fake coupon.
No.
Who in their right mind
is going to create a fake coupon?
Right.
For CVS.
Right. If I'm gonna make a fake coupon, I'm gonna make it for a Disney cruise. I'm gonna make it
Gucci.
For some Louis Vuitton. They don't even take that. Like, I'm gonna go out my way to make a coupon for CVS. But I don't know. The video went viral, and it was of a Caucasian guy. He's on the phone,
hands shaking and everything,
looking like he was either mad or nervous. I couldn't tell. Like, his hand was going a mile a minute, and it was really, really interesting.
But here go another company, and they released a statement.
What did they
say? Saying, "We have sincerely apologized to Ms. Hudson for her experience in one of our Chicago stores. Our region director in Chicago contacted her as soon as we were made aware of this incident." So I guess it's okay to call the cops on us, and your corporation released a statement.
So did he get fired?
Oh, 2 employees got fired.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as people are losing their jobs over this dumbness, it's fine. There was something else I seen on social media with a guy whose name was Khalid. I don't know if they didn't show his picture, so I don't know if he was of Arabic descent or he was a black guy named Khalid. But he worked at a steakhouse, and he served a group of people, and their bill came up to like $108 for steak and food or whatever. And they wrote on the receipt, "We do not tip terrorists."
Oh.
And left him $0 tip.
So it's not, I want to be very clear, it's not just blacks. It's not just Hispanics.
Everybody.
It's everybody except them. They are racist against.
And I can't even say that. I think there are those that are racist against their own kind, but they don't get the videos. Like everyone else has been exposing.
But I think this has been going on for a long time.
I want to talk about this. Is pretty interesting, right? Who all knows Scott Storch? If you're familiar with music, then you know
the drug addict.
Scott.
Yeah.
Scott Storch is a very profound and world-renowned producer by way of Philadelphia. He and shout out to waterice.com because they actually post this on their website, so you can go and read it in detail. But he has a documentary coming out about how he lost blew through $70 million.
That was a lot of coke he snorted. A whole lot of coke.
He had a mansion on Star Island in Miami. I mean, this guy is behind some of the biggest hits you have ever danced to in a club or in your car. Okay? Like, Scott Storch is that guy. And he started out working with the Roots. He was a piano guy for the Roots and then transitioned on to producing beats.
Oh, look at you knowing your Philly history. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I know. You should be. You should be. But anyway, yeah, like Scott Storch is that guy. And he was a guy. He did Terror Squad's Lean Back. He did a lot of stuff with Jay-Z, Fabulous, like you name it, everybody was going to Scott Storch in the late 90s, early 2000s.
He was that guy.
Little Kim, he was in a relationship with Little Kim. He was in a relationship with Kim Kardashian before she got, on and got her nose done.
And released her porn video, yeah.
So he was that guy, but unfortunately, due to drugs and the over excessiveness to ball out, he ran through 70 million. I can't fathom. I literally cannot fathom.
See,
blowing
MC
through
Hammer,
70. God strike me down today.
See, but MC Hammer was a
if
little
I ever
different.
Did some stuff like that.
He blew his money by taking care of people.
Does that make it better?
That makes it better.
But he got it back. He got some of it back, right? Isn't MC Hammer back on? He does like technology stuff. I think Hammer's on.
He's not like that. He don't have the money that MC back in the day when he was too legit to quit. Hey.
Okay, so you gonna do the whole song?
Yeah.
Pause. All right. So listen, we have our guest again. Everybody, it's Jeremiah Chase. You have a partner that you do it with, Ron, who couldn't be here today.
Yes.
So you all have a conversation about can sex wait?
Yep.
All right.
And we're going to get back into that.
When we get back from this song right now, we're going to get into this next song. It's called J-Rock, Win.
Win.
I actually like this song because
what the Drop Night Show doing?
We win.
What Water Ice is doing?
Water Ice wins. The Drop Night Show wins. Water Ice Radio wins. Like, anybody's affiliated with us wins.
We win.
Yes. Anybody watching and listening, y'all winning.
Y'all win.
So let's get into it in the Drop Night Show right now. J-Rock, win.
Win. It's the Drop Night Show, and that was J-Rock, new single, Win. We hope everybody is out there winning because this is the time for you to win. Raise up.
Claim it.
Raise up.
Claim. Show Oman tonight, y'all.
On my DJ Khaled. Win.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm just excited because we're going to have a real conversation.
Oh, this
and the real conversation is with Jeremiah Chase, who is the owner of the speaking engagement or the... What
would you call it?
Yeah.
So, Sex Can Wait a While is a movement.
Okay.
So, it's an organization, and we're a movement. We spread weight awareness, and we deal with relationships. We deal with the opposite sex. Okay. Everything can revolve around sex. So, it's just like, okay, how can we get through this? How can we treat the opposite sex? How can we be single? How can we do these kind of things?
Now, let's just go into it. Tell our listeners and our viewers as to why you actually created this topic. What was the purpose and where did it all manifest?
Okay, so I'm 26 years old and I'm still a virgin.
You're 26 years old and you're still a virgin.
Yes, ma'am.
That is a choice.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you've had girls who have tried to allude you to having sex.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
So have you ever indulged in a kiss, a hug,
of course,
a grab?
of course,
Okay.
of course.
Okay. Okay. Go
You-
on.
you want me to
Proceed.
finish
Please
answering?
proceed. Please.
Yeah.
He all
please.
hype.
He about to break his
He all hype. I mean, no, we could definitely get there.
Okay.
You know, but I'll say so one day, I was actually my co-founder, my co-founder called me one day, and no, he texted me, and he was like, he said, what did he say? He said, how's the walk? And I was like, what are you talking about? Because nobody asked me how's the walk.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know Ron that long. But he said, how's the walk? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? He was like, well, the walk, like not having sex. So I'm thinking he talking about like an AIDS walk or some kind of.
You're right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Some kind of walk like that. So I'm just like, I'm laughing at him. I'm like, yo, nobody asks anybody that. What are you talking about? So that next week, I'm at a meeting with my uncle, and like the Holy Spirit just dropped on my heart. It's like, look, you need to start talking about your life more. You need to talk about this. You need to talk about how you're 26 and still a virgin. Still a virgin. You need to talk about, you know, how you deal with the opposite sex. You know, what are some things that you encounter with?
Okay.
And you know, just talk about your lifestyle. So I was like, all right, cool. So I called him and I was like, I told him, I said, Ryan, I got this idea, and I told him about it, and I was like, I want to put a panel together. And he was like, I'm with it. So I called the people that I knew that was laid on my heart to call to do this first Sex Can Wait a While panel. They was down. I did a video. The video started to go like viral. A lot of people were just like sharing it. People wanted to know. From the virgin aspect to the promiscuous aspect.
And that's
So-
what I was going to ask. You have people on the panel who are actively sexual as well as, like,
Yes.
it's like a mixture,
Well,
right?
the first panel, people were like, we had 2 married couples, but everybody shared everything. Like nobody was there like active, but see, like we came from virgin, abstinent, celibacy to promiscuous, knowing about the promiscuous, but we all shared the power and the weight. You know what I'm saying? So we had a few people up there that were promiscuous, so they can give that perspective. You know, so it was amazing. It was crazy.
So was everyone open to hearing those stories and not being judgmental on those people?
Yes, everybody was open to it. Like those are one of the reasons why Sex Can Wait a While we don't do events at churches. We do them outside of the church.
Now, why?
So do you all start with the church? Are these people who have come from the church?
No,
Yes,
do you
mhm.
get people
Predominantly?
saying he's saying he did not, he don't.
No, I'm not saying that it's happened in a church, but people who come usually are involved in a church.
Yes,
Okay.
people
Church
are,
members and so
yeah,
on.
it's like so like we have believers that come, but we also have people who don't believe. You know, like we
Right.
have people who don't believe at anything. They can be agnostic, just believe in a higher
Right.
power.
Right.
We had a Muslim at our event.
Okay.
You know, at the end of the event, she said, "Yo, this thing was crazy," and that's the door that we opened. It's just that conversation. We were still able to share Christ throughout the conversation too.
So bring us back, Jeremiah. Tell us back about your walk as to what brought you here. So you're 26 years old. Did you, at some early age, experience some type of sexual abuse or something that just made you turn off to it, or was it just like a God-given feel from the jump?
Well, I first have to say I have to start from my parents, and I have to start from God too. God always kept me covered, right? But at the same time, I still gotta go out in this world, and I'm not saying God not gonna cover everybody. He's gonna cover you, but at the same time, we still have free will.
Right.
So yeah, you know that girl that tried to jerk me off one time, I could have let her do it. You know what I mean? That girlfriend that wanted to have sex, I could have did it too, but it was my choice.
Okay.
It was my choice not to. You know why? Because I valued my body. And it was just like, you know what, dang, like I always been really observant. So
Okay, here we go.
you talked about the guy, you know, snorting coke and stuff like that, right? See, me, I'm not a person. See, I hate when people say, you know what, I just got to try everything so I can get my own experience. I'm not doing that. Because if a couple of my old heads tell me, look, you're young, you're single, go travel, dang, you know what? The next time I break up with a girl and they keep telling me that, why not listen to them?
Okay.
And do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm observing people that's having sex, people that's having these relationship problems, you know, people that's having babies at young ages. That I don't want that to be me.
Okay.
So why not save all of this? You know what I'm saying?
So
for
you
my
do
wife.
come from a 2-parent home.
I do come from a 2-parent home, but my parents aren't together anymore. My parents got divorced when I was like 17, 18.
Okay.
So, but the majority of my life, my parents were together, and my parents, they were virgins when they got married. So even though they didn't really like I never had that talk with them, but they modeled about sex.
Okay.
I didn't have that talk with them, but they modeled it.
What do you mean modeled it? How?
Because I can model you something, right? I can be a model for you, but never have a conversation for you.
All right.
So, okay,
yeah.
so like,
now walk us through what it was, that model that you seen at that age.
Just how my mom and dad like treat each other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was just like, it was more so the fact just knowing that they did it. They were virgins when they got married. You know, it was not more so seeing stuff. It was just knowing that, okay, if my parents did it, why can't I do it? You know, but at the end of the day, it was just like, you know what? This is a decision that I wanted to make. Now, look, don't get me wrong. My decision didn't really get strong till like last year. Because I was like, you know what? Why am I waiting? So I had to find my foundation for really waiting.
So I can imagine when you actually brought this whole thing into fruition about you actually having a stance about can it wait, the temptation coming stronger, and God, you know, basically using you like Job, or you know, as to where you have to ask him, why God is this happening, because I'm sure you had more females like, oh, you know, or just something out of the universe just throw it at you more, so it made you stronger in your stance.
I would have to say this, and me even being a musician in the church.
Okay, so you're a musician too.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes things worse, right?
Oh yeah.
But it should, and I used to ask.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Well, I used to ask like that because my homies
You're a musician in church. Outside of church, you're a musician too.
Yes, I'm outside of church and musician.
So what do you play?
I play lap percussions,
Okay.
congas and bongos.
All
Yeah.
the- So you got all that flavor, all that dance, but
Yep.
you don't put it in the bedroom.
I don't.
Oh, God.
Wifey would get
Amazing.
all that.
Huh?
Wifey would get all that.
I'm not
Okay.
mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I commend you right now, actually.
Cause she's about to get married. She done had
I
sex
see
before
it.
marriage and all
I see it.
that.
Dang, sure.
Yeah.
And I'm still wearing white. So what? Okay, y'all can laugh all y'all want. I'm still wearing white. It's gonna be the purest white too.
And you wear white at your wedding?
Yes, I'm wearing the purest white. You'll see. You'll be there to witness. Okay. I mean, and you know what, Jeremiah, you're 26 years old. This is something. Have you taken these conversations or these this movement to the forefront of where it needs to be with children?
Yes. So actually, shout out to Abigail's story. She actually she called me to come out to the Poconos. That's where the church is. So actually me and my mom, like, we drove up, and look, when I talk to everybody, and I'm not scared to talk to the kids. I talk to the kids and to the adults. But really, I'm brutal and I'm raw. So if you guys ever come to a Sex Can Wait a While event, we're raw, because it's like, how long have we been sugarcoated things as children? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we need to, it's, especially, I'm not going to say
Sugarcoat in the sense of?
as far as like, we don't want to tell everybody everything. All right, so sometimes, like, I'm gonna say this: it's the people in the church, but not the church. It's the people that in the church that sugarcoats things. We don't want to talk about sex. We don't want to talk about murder. We don't want to talk about how deacon cheats on his wife. Right? You know what I'm saying? We don't want to talk about them things. We want to throw it under the bus, and we don't really want to tackle it. I'm not saying every church does this,
Right?
but
90% of the churches.
exactly. That's why we have the you know, the people that used to believe, now they don't believe, but they kind of like, dang, if y'all would just change this. You know what I'm saying? So,
Ooh, go ahead. We go. Listen,
I forgot what I was saying, but you go ahead.
God, thank God for you, because you know what? I feel like, and I'm just speaking off the top right now, this journey is going to take you somewhere that you probably never even thought you would go. You know what I mean? In the sense of being like an actual revolutionist for the people overall. But you're going to start with having a sound mind and being abstinence and not realizing that you have to jump. Well, we had a conversation earlier, and I was asking you a little PR questions, and you were saying that people don't need to jump from soul to soul. Now that
deep.
Struck me very deeply, because I wholeheartedly believe whomever you have sex with, a piece of that individual lies with you or stays with you, and it could be of good or bad.
That's correct.
Now
that's deep.
Talk
correct.
a little bit about that right there.
So even to the point where, even though I never had sex, but one of my struggles was kissing women in the lips. So I made a vow to God. I said, look, the next young lady I'll kiss in the lips will be my wife. You know? So it's just like, we got to watch who we even hug sometimes. You can't go around giving everybody a hug.
Giving that energy
Right.
off,
You know what I'm saying? Because
energy.
exactly, you know, people
Right.
people have to be mindful of, you know, other people's spirits. And it's just like, all right, you ever had a bad friend you just had to cut off?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Several.
It's just like that. So you be like, yo, like you just, it's kind of like, what was that character in the Flintstones? Every time they came around, it was always raining thunder over them.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, it took me
Like,
totally back right there.
We don't want those people like in our energy, like in our atmosphere. So it's just like, okay, cool, like relax. You know, like, you know, for me to even like lay down with you, you know, like literally like give you my body. And it's just like, you know, a real close friend of mine, I didn't know that he had lost his virginity, but I was talking one time, and I was just like, yeah, man, you know, this was back, I was younger. I was 2 years, he was 19, I was like 16. And I was like, yeah, man, you know, it's just like, it's not easy, because people look at you and like, oh, Jeremiah, you a virgin? All right, you know. So some even women think I'm a homosexual because I'm not treating them.
And I was gonna
how
bring
the
that
other
up.
dudes
Not even to
treat
lie
them.
to you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was
like
gonna,
real
I was
rap.
gonna,
Like,
I was gonna bring that
first
up.
of all, because I respect you, because I want to look at you as my queen. My intention is to marry you. You know what I'm saying? So like me as a man, I wanna keep.
So this is the thing: we've lost the generation or the value of people courting an individual before you actually get to that level of even, you know, calling them your boyfriend or girlfriend. There was a point where, you know, and I remember when I first heard someone say, "Can I court you?" I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, what are you talking about?
I want to be courted.
Can I?
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
So those are two different things.
But I'm saying to get to the point
Right.
to even.
So courting, actually, when you court somebody,
Are we talking?
it's-
We're talking technical terms right now. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Because I
Please
don't
enlighten me.
want anybody to be confused.
Please enlighten us.
You know, so basically, when you court somebody, or so say if someone's to court a young lady, that means he's wooing her, right? That's the intent, to marry her. You know, so you're gonna go through the proper steps. That's not society is boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't believe in that.
Okay.
Because it has no morals. What are actually the duties of a boyfriend and girlfriend? You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Correct.
If you look up boyfriend and girlfriend, you probably won't even see anything. But if you look up courting, okay, boom. You know what?
It's a definition.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you know what courting means?
Those
Joe?
are some things.
Look,
No.
I didn't think. See, yeah, I didn't think so.
You know what I mean? Like, it's an actual like rubric to
yeah.
it, and it's like there's an end result and there's a goal. You know what I'm saying? Boyfriend and girlfriend is just like I'm like, yo, like,
Okay, so I
don't
get
want
what you're
any-
saying.
I don't want another
so
girlfriend.
I was saying that someone courts to get to the boyfriend girlfriend to get to the husband and wife. You're saying you court just to go straight to the husband and
you go
wife.
straight to because you're
Okay.
already friends by that time. If you court somebody, see,
You're
courtship-
building a friendship.
Exactly. But look, before you court
Talking
them,
to the
you're
mic.
already friends. I'm sorry. Before you court that somebody, that person, you're already friends. And courtship is usually happens faster than any other kind of relationship. But the timing on whenever y'all build that relationship, that's when courting starts. Because some people, they may have called themselves boyfriend and girlfriends, but you listen to this story, you like, look, it really sounds like that y'all courted. People date differently.
Right.
Right.
And they dating sounds like, some of their dating sounds like courting.
Right.